a fairly nasty crasher, a bit of a spin-out scenario here for, I think, for this first place to be challenged. Well and truly out in front. Another bit of a straight here for the Frenchman as he just beasted along now with the Spaniards.
Back to the German.
That's it.
It's the same car as the Germans.
That's right. Ooh, a little bit of argy-bargy there for the rear. Made some pain on the bumper. For the most part, the Spaniard shrugs that one off. It is very close between third and fourth here. Isaac is chomping at the bit to get himself on that podium. And a little slow down, but no!
Are you going to pull back? He's going to pull it back. You're going to get penalised for getting off the track, and he knows it too.
He's actually avoided that penalty.
He over-committed. What I'm saying? Over what?
Oversteered.
What?
I mean, overcompensated?
Yeah, that's it. Overcompensated.
We are race car commentators.
Yeah, compensated. That's the word.
All right. Last lap here now. Things are starting to wind up. I believe the Frenchman is still well and truly in the lead, and this is the poor Proxy Fox. Not last. Well, actually, he is technically last because we're not racing, so...
We could probably bring up the position times on our screen, though. That's one thing we can do. So we can see who's going to get ahead in number one position. So, yeah, it is the French in number one.
To be fair, the Spaniards have actually clocked the best lap here, but still find themselves slightly behind.
2:44 they managed to get.
Yeah, that's quite nice. But unfortunately, they're still sitting back in third place. And this right here is the French. In fact, the Polish are very close behind. Isaac is about 5 seconds back. And a better time being set on this sector, this lap for the Frenchman.
They're starting to catch up. Like, they're not that far behind.
You can see them on the map there. That four, almost like a...
So if this
cluster of cars were close
basically
by.
Right now, if anyone's going to change the result with AKA the French not getting first, it's going to be the French.
Yeah, that's right. It's his game to lose right now.
No, if he slows down too much in the corners, you are coming up to the nasty hairpin in just a moment. So that's going to be the only position where he could find himself in trouble.
You can see Isaac does have the French in his sight right now. And as you said, he's beasting along about 130 k's an hour.
That's that hairpin we're talking about.
Really,
it's a sharp right to a sharp left. You actually go backwards practically.
And then you get the straight here, though. Get the straight.
Yep. But this is our last lap, so we should have everyone in their positions now.
I believe so. We're going to be close to a race finish. And let's see here. The French are still...
So
everyone's on their last lap now, I believe.
Yeah, yep. There's the last little over it. So the first finish has been done. So congratulations, it is... You lost it again. I don't know if you're closing it or not.
There we go.
But yeah, so France takes number one. Poland will come into second position. And by the looks of it, it is in fact Spain in third, Germany fourth. And that's it.
All right, also, we look back over the Dota 2 match. We were awarding 1 point per kill, which is quite a lot when we think about it. So we've actually amended that slightly because we saw some landslide victories, you know what I mean? It's one of those outlier games. So we've actually listened to your feedback. We've discussed it with the teams, and we've agreed to give only 0.5 points per kill after the Dota game. So
because it was so imbalanced.
Have a look at this, though. This is where we are at now. The Nords have actually clawed their way back into first place, and that was a very strong showing for them in the Dota game. It was incredible. But Nords have fallen back on that particular lap on this track here, so things could change. Things could definitely change here.
Yeah, but the Italians haven't had a great time, but the French will have 100% with their results so far, moved up into number one position, and the Germans not posting bad results either. So that number one position is going to get very, very crowded very, very soon.
And it's going to be exciting because our last race will be on the Nürburgring Nordschleife, which is a long track. It's a long track. That's all. That's pretty much all I need to say about that one.
Hence, we only have one lap of this long track. But now it's up to the teams to decide how many points they wager on this last track, and then we will calculate everything together at the very end of the night and work out who is the number one position.
And the best part, we're going for, it's one lap here on the Nürburgring Nordschleife. One lap, and we're using prototype cars, so that is going to be pretty awesome when that gets set up.
And everything's set up and you're going to create the lobby? Oh, amazing. Everything is ready for the players to join in so we can start our wonderful last race and the end of what has been a fun event.
This has been great. I actually am really excited to see how the points show up because it's It was, well, fairly close. I mean, the top 3 were in there, as you saw the scoreboard earlier on. We'll bring it up later on. Obviously, it's probably not updated with the points from this race. So that was as of the end of the Dota competition.
Yep.
Where, unsurprisingly, we saw the Nords well and truly out in front. Important to note as well that teams that... for example, teams that only play 1 game on that one as well, that got sort of boosted straight into the final where wouldn't have been earning points for...
The Spanish, you mean?
Yeah, that's right. So they didn't get any points for the first game. But to be fair, every other team besides the Nords or the team that won in the other bracket got like no points anyway. So it doesn't... It actually affects...
Which is probably why the other teams are just like, you know what? Like, maybe it's a little bit too imbalanced.
Yeah, well, but so basically... we get it. We really do get clear winners.
It was expected to be a lot closer than what it was. Yep. That was the issue, because everyone would have got points for the kills. So you might have got like 30 points for the victory and 28 points for second.
Yep. So basically, what we did see is that the Nords took 2 games with 30 kills, so they will get 15 points, 30 points from that one, which is huge. It's big. And then, of course, our second place team, I think, were who was strong? Was it the Italians? I think in their bracket game.
They only got
they got 1 win. They got 30. They got 30 and 1.
Yeah,
and then they got like a couple
like 2 or 3.
So it kind of works out like this: first place of the Nords got 30 points, then 15, then like 3 or 4 for everyone else. So it still kind of works out.
0.
That still kind of works out a bit there, because there's it's either first and second get tons, and then everyone else doesn't get too much. So it's okay. That works out fairly well, and obviously. That is why we see the ladder as it is. So we're joining into the last game pretty quickly. Again, will be this much the same fashion. We will have, of course, our practice lap on this, which is 5 minutes. I don't really know if anyone will rack up a time.
It's still fun. I don't think it really is about the time. It's about getting comfortable with the map, and then you go into your final. So you can at least get used to some of the turns, as not everyone has played this game. So they're just coming in going, you know what, we're just going to get used to how it works. Are you actually turning on weather?
Well, see, there's traction assist and ABS and stuff like that. I don't know if I'll have storms, or that would be really cool.
Fog with rain?
Fog with rain.
We should leave it with a clear day.
Well, let's see what the Nürburgring Nordschleife looks like.
For the observers. I don't know if you can actually have it on random, but it should be a clear day just for us observers.
So obviously, the Nürburgring is broken up, or the Nordschleife is normally broken up into 3 stages.
So what, we're doing everything together?
We're doing the whole thing.
It has 73 turns.
That's it's
73 turns.
Yeah, it's honestly it's treacherous. It's called Green Hell for a reason. But it's always that track that you see, like the ads for the cars, Mercedes-Benz or whatever, driving through the Nürburgring.
So it should be a very scenic map as we travel around with everybody.
I hope so. We're going to see some nice scenery here. So we've got 5 players in at the moment.
So
we're waiting
2
on
more. 2 more to go.
Looking around the room.
I'll crash our car at the start again if that's okay.
I'd love you to do that.
Yeah, as we learned how to reverse. I'm sitting there, I'm like, well, okay, I found the gear changes, but I haven't found a way to accelerate apart from hitting reverse and holding reverse. Okay, that's
totally acceptable.
Yeah, we actually did a negative quarter lap.
So having a look and seeing who we have playing for the Frenchman, I believe. So I get my little sheet out.
Are you doing like process of elimination?
No, it's Thaik. I know that for a fact. I don't think it's Terracid. So we'll be... Oh, actually, no. I think it is Terracid now.
I realized too, for everyone who's watching the live stream, that we're currently being listed up as Dota 2. Because I don't believe yet this game has been... Like, this game's been released, right?
Yes.
Yes.
I believe so.
Okay, because if it hasn't, then... Because I think you could pre-order it and then you can play a half version of the game or something. But I think we have like an access to the full version here. I might be wrong. I'm probably wrong. But yeah, I don't know if that's actually listed on Twitch
you can. It's available. Okay. Well, I don't know about Twitch, but it is on Steam.
Yeah,
full release. So
the game may not be listed on Twitch.
It might not be also streamed that much as well.
We're just like showing you the new Dota 2.
I've actually seen some really cool stuff.
We've currently got 7 Bloodseekers like skidding themselves around the map because there's like 5 Centaurs at 1% like life that are giving them all the movement speed you require. That's it.
That's how it's working.
And for everyone that understands that, they should be all the people who clicked on this live stream thinking they're seeing Dota.
Yes, brilliant. You fooled them. And as soon as they've seen the cars, they're going to stay because it looks awesome. So awesome.
It's a very scenic spot. All right, so the admins are back. Everyone's going to get into the lobby. I think they've actually still got to work out the points, which is why we're having a little bit of extra delay. There's a lot riding on this, because if you think you can win, if you think you can change it up, like you said, what you get 3 times the points if you get first position, 2 times the points for second, and then like an extra set of points for third, and then nothing for fourth and the rest of it?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, well, yeah, it's here. So your modifiers.
Yes.
So, let's
scoreboard.
see our scoreboard here.
The Nords are still there.
Oh, my.
The Nords hold the advantage for now by a grand total of 5.5 points.
Man, UK. That's
Italy's
not
right
an
behind
impressive
them.
one.
So if Germany's going to win this, they basically have to commit the whole kit and caboodle.
I'll tell you,
If UK are going to win this, they've got to commit everything they've got.
well, they pretty much got to bet all their points and hope they get first place.
This is actually one of the places where Spain could do, because they've maybe like.
Well, this is why I'm really interested, because at the top, right, France and Italy have been neck and neck in a lot of these races and keeping up with their heritage as well, a bit of pride about the racing dynasty there. So they are in a position where they can both take this quite easily, and depending on how much they bet, it makes quite a big difference. So there are penalties that can be applied if people aren't following rules and such, but I don't think that'll be too much of a big deal. Now, I should clarify this really importantly. I think that's something we haven't actually made very clear, is that you only bet the points you've earned already in these races.
Yes.
So not like 140 points and like, yeah, we're going to bet.
We assume we're going to get these points.
Yeah. So that's how it works. So it's not as if there's a huge risk to doing that. But for teams that have already sort of accrued those points, hey, you do it.
So you only bet the stuff you got in this race?
In Project Cars, in this game.
Okay.
So not already sort of during the day. Otherwise, that's bonkers.
So everyone should just bet everything.
Yep. So obviously, having a look at that, lad, you can see that the points gained haven't been like meteoric as opposed to what you've gained from other games. So, but it's still enough to make a difference, especially with our top teams here. This is what it all comes down to, ladies and gentlemen. A hot lap on the Nürburgring Nordschleife.
The points don't mean nothing. Actually, the points from everything else do mean a hell of a lot. It's just Project Cars where you got the bonus round.
That's right. 1 lap. Prototype cars, and I'm seeing a few Audi R18s, the Marek RP 219Ds. I don't know all of these cars.
Can we right-click and spectate their cars? Just as a... Like, can you click on them and go like...
No, maybe I can actually if I... okay.
All right, so we actually can have a look through the cars which you have with the quick vehicle selection.
Yeah, so we might even be able to have a look at those in a moment and see what these players have to choose from.
We're pretty much wrapped up now in Formula One. So all of these cars are.
Yeah, they're going to look sick. It is, Formula Ones, basically. So that's going to be interesting, because things like slipstream and stuff almost becomes more relevant here. Like aerodynamics are a little bit more pertinent. But what's tough about this is that you're on the Nürburgring, right? Tons of turns, and you're driving F1s. It's like, this could go either way. This really could.
Wait, so you're predicting spin-outs and losses of life?
Well, luckily, we're playing Babby's first car sim here with the settings that we have on, so not too dangerous, but yeah, I mean, like, I'd be interested to see how this plays out, because you're taking these cars. We'll have our practice laps, so everyone's going to be able to get a feel for those. I would almost feel like a touring car would be more appropriate on a map like this, or you know, or even your road A's as well. So something a bit less space age.
People, give them something they've never played or shouldn't play on a map, on a track. They shouldn't play it.
Well, I don't know if you shouldn't do that. I'm no expert. Maybe someone in Twitch chat can tell us what is going to be the norm here. But we're almost ready. So
for a break.
Okay. So we're going to have a break soon, and then we'll get everyone sorted and into this one. I can't wait to see how this finishes up. I'm legitimately excited, because the Nordic guys are up at the top because of their fantastic performance in Dota, but there are Italy, France, even Spain can challenge from down there as well if they get that times 4 multiplier on first place.
It's anyone's game, man. But let's let it simmer. We're going to come back with more action after this short break.